Welcome. I'm senior business consultant, been in the industry for almost a decade. Now comes to me. And welcome to my course in business analysis. I am an overly passionate business analysis speaker and trainer with my company. This course introduces you to this valuable session, its requirements, and how to best prepare to earn this career advancing course. Some of the major topics that we will cover today include defining the value of a business analyst and what it can mean to your career, introducing you to the International Institute of Business Analysis, the IIBA, who is the governing body defining business analysis, walking through the steps to how to successfully be known, how to define your study plan and application approach. Before beginning the course, you should consider your own interest in either learning a new aspect or expanding on your current career skill by delving into business analysis topics, and then consider if you dedicated and ready enough to commit to some studying to earn this valuable session. From here, you should feel comfortable diving into business analysis further with any courses on business analysis jobs and business analysis techniques or any general change efforts and project-based work. I really hope you will join me on this journey to prepare to earn this valuable course with this introduction to the business analysis course. With people who enjoy business analysis normally have an inquisitive mindset. These are people who take this apart to find out why they work the way they do. They love asking why. They enjoy training courses and workshops. And these are help others build amazing solutions, not just for the individuals, but also for teams and organizations in communities. So does any of this sound like you? This is who are business analysts. These are people who love solving problems by figuring out what's causing them. They help others come up with innovative solutions. They find new ways to be efficient and effective in daily activities, and they enjoy collaborating with others as teams. So why this course or today's agenda? Learning the course is a great way to start a business analysis career, or perhaps you want to work in another area of your company that having analysis knowledge will help you with the job as you learn that new line of business. And that same idea is what makes this course so valuable. So during your study, you are learning tools, techniques that can be applied to almost any profession in the industry. Be a introduction. So this skill is basically on the BABOK guide. Basically, you can see there's a Bible of ours. One of the biggest resources and the foundation that the entire course learning path is based on this guide to business analysis body of knowledge, BABOK, or commonly referred to as a BABOK guide. BABOK guide. This course was built by business analysis practitioners from around the world to help us better define both the profession and practice of business analysis work. It's a standard of the key concepts that are critical to the BA success. This tool is your key resource to help you prepare a solid foundation, and as well as it's becoming a handy test reference for any of your future work analysis. To be honest, I keep one with myself. And in the BABOK guide, there are models to help you think holistically about any initiative where business analysis work is required. IIBA Business Analysis Core Concept Model is a key focus area for helping you to understand change initiatives and holistically analyze how the change is delivering value. So definition of the space where business analyst work occur are known as the knowledge areas, or you can call it as a knowledge area. Then with each of the knowledge area, the key tasks and techniques that are commonly used are being highlighted, and our profession as a business analyst sees common competencies of its practitioners that are not necessarily applicable in the business analysis space, but are necessary to be successful analyst in general, we can say. So these are covered in the underlying competency section, and this guide then gives you some perspectives on BA work and how it can actually vary from the information technology to the agile practices with guidance on how to tailor your analysis or the analysis activities. There is a very comprehensive vocabulary use that all business analysis professionals should be familiar with and will be required to you fully understand that. You can see it as a plan over here. So throughout the course, we will cover requirements, lifecycle management knowledge area from the BABOK guide, and I'll provide tips to how you learn the matter and prepare for how to be an efficient BA with the help of this IIBA BABOK BABOK guide, and you can definitely benefit from the course. This session is aimed at people who work with a business analyst to better understand the required set of skills and their scope of work. With appealing memorization techniques, present a team from an imaginary software project development company, abundance of real life scenarios. You'll be able to get a complete deep dive into the process of requirement management. So join me and embrace the opportunity to expand your skill sets. Now let's run into the role of requirement lifecycle management. Firstly, you can use it as your learning buddy, either for the course process or to upgrade your business analysis skill. Secondly, you will learn engaging memorization techniques to help you study the material. Plus, you will be able to use them further in your life and career. Whether you're preparing for BA exam like IBA or CBAB at the moment, or just plan to take that role, this session is here to help you better understand the requirement life cycle management knowledge area specifically. Most importantly, I will explain the strategy and the techniques that actually help me gain my certifications and pick up the core of business analyst BA professional goals, tasks, those orientation. The structure of the course follows the BABOK guide. Remember, that's our Bible, naming all of the tasks that are contained in the most important knowledge area. I will primarily explain the purpose of the knowledge area and highlight its importance in the business analysis process as a whole. So we will also emphasize the essential fact that the business analysis is an iterative process. So you are aware that each of the tasks can be performed as soon as the needed inputs are available. Therefore, you will comprehend which inputs and outputs are related to this knowledge area overall. In each of the modules, you are going to learn specifics for the inputs and outputs and the exact ones needed to start the correlating task. As the core concept model, which describes the relationship among the 6 core concepts, has a unique standpoint in each of the BABOK guide knowledge areas. I explain its usage and application in the requirement lifecycle management area. To give you a heads up, it's essential for you to have concrete study plan and multiple resources available to deep dive into studying. I think you can find valuable course here. I suggest focusing most of your attention on the BABOK guide and going through its content to understand the business analysis foundational environment. The material from the book is useful, meaningful, handy too. However, the volume might seem challenging depending on your studying style. You can choose to read over the content multiple times so you can prepare, or you can apply intuitive memorization techniques to do your homework. This other option is something that I truly recommend and will show you which techniques I use to prepare for my success. What I would like to emphasize is that this course serves to provide additional certification preparation help. Besides going through the slides and learning the definitions, you will have to study the materials from the BABOK guide. It's great that you are taking this course with me, so let's really make the best of it. Here are the 9 elicitation techniques defined by the BABOK for business analysts. You can see brainstorming, document analysis, focus groups, interface analysis, interviews, observation, prototyping, requirements workshop, survey, or the questionnaire. So many new BAs feel they should be able to using all of the techniques and are worried they aren't getting elicitation right, or they think about their experience in this area, and it seems that most of the time they get information about stockholder needs through casual conversation and review. So their experience with the elicitation seems a bit informal. So this is an area of business analysis that's very common for professionals to have relevant experience in, and you can say it as it's also an area where even the most senior business analysts never stop improving. And I can give some tips for be successful in requirement gathering. We have to establish project goals and objectives quite early, document every requirement elicitation, and be transparent with requirements, documentations. Then we can take it as talk to the right stakeholder and the users. And another thing is, don't make assumptions about the requirements. The most important thing, confirm what it is right. Don't make any assumptions. Another thing, practice active listening. That's one of the most important key we can say. We need to practice how to understand by not making any assumption about the requirements. These are my tips for successfully gathering the requirements, and there are some process also for requirements gathering by understanding the pain behind the requirement, and we can by eliminating the language ambiguity and identifying the corner causes. The next two things are the most important thing we can say. One is the definition of done, what it is really mean by done, whether it's done by your perspective or the client perspective. So the definition of the done, that's quite important. I will take you through all these sessions. This is just a high level overview. You can say higher level overview of what a BA's requirement elicitation technique or point of view is. And the next thing is write user stories. I will teach you. It's just a template like thing. We can make it, we can make use of it, and that's one of the most important process of requirement gathering. I follow it even after such long years. I follow it every time, this template and this how to write these user stories. First, let me introduce you to the crew that is going to make this journey much more fun and appealing. Since I have been working in the IT for almost a decade in challenging domains with inspiring people in US and Dubai, I have made up our company for this course. Okay, we have our software development company XYZ here. I haven't mentioned the organization here, but the thing is, you can just assume it as a ABC that develops and provides its own solution for kids, bike sharing, and tracking in big cities. We are referring to both web and mobile applications, or you can just say it as a mobile application, just mobile application, cloud integration, and a bunch of high performing engineers. See, look at my engineers here. Now let's go to the XYZ team. Together with the two business analysts, Joe, who is my junior business analyst and has just been onboarded, and Katie, an experienced BA professional who is the BA team lead. We will catch the essence of the requirements lifecycle management knowledge area. So besides, they will teach us the memorization techniques and show us some tips and tricks of the profession. Their meetings and conversation will picture some real life scenarios, real life examples. So watch closely how they interact with each other, how Joe and Katie interacts with each other in daily life, with the rest of the development team, stakeholders, and which assignments they find most challenging and how they approach them. You can definitely take this. Katie will surely share useful tips from her rich experience in the IT industry. She is a lead business analyst. She can give us more experience tips. When we look at the structure of the BABOK guide, we see that one of the first component explained in all of the knowledge areas as well as task is called the purpose or the objective. It's perfectly natural because it states that why and gives a good starting point for the more in-depth explanation of the whole. So what's requirement lifecycle management all about? Primarily, it explains the tasks that BA professionals perform with the goal to manage and maintain requirements from the elicitation to their retirement. Through these tasks, we discover and establish the meaningful relationship between related requirements and design. We can assess changes to requirements, designs when changes are proposed, and analyze and reach consensus on these changes, leading to their approval. And now motive. Why is this important? There are numerous participants and aspects to be considered throughout the process. In this knowledge area, as a business analyst, you need to make sure all stakeholders, business as a whole, and solution requirements and designs are aligned to one another. Plus, the solution needs to implement them. This is where the purpose of requirement lifecycle management lies. What it brings to the table? What does it bring to the table? If approached and performed as I have previously explained, business analyst information will be available for the future use. It will leave substantial information behind. I can say with certainty that we have all been in situations where information about the process already performed within the organization was unavailable, which made us to do the repetitive work. Oh my gosh. And that's not very motivating. I hope everyone agrees with me on this. Are we on the same page? Besides information availability, the main takeaway from the purpose is that it involves a degree of control over requirements, meaning that we know how they will be implemented in the the actual solution. Don't forget that it's all about the value delivered, both for the organization and the client. That's why it's important to keep the awareness, focus, and control over the process. Now let's take a little bit about the conceptual framework for business analyst. Okay, the business analyst core concept model. It comprises 6 core concepts of 6 key concepts: change, need, solution, stakeholder, value, context. It represents what business analysis is, describes the profession and the domain of ABA, shapes common terminology, evaluates the relationship among these 6 concepts, and evaluates the impact of these concepts and relationship. Again, each core concept is in its essence as an ideal crucial to business analysts, and that's why all 6 are equal and necessary. Interestingly, every concept is defined by the other 5 core concepts and cannot be taken separately or fully understood until all the concepts are understood. Remember, to be able to master the type of information provided or gathered in business analysis, you must comprehend the core concept model. See these 6 core concept models. And how is this model tailored in the requirement lifecycle management? It reflects on all of the 6 concepts from the standpoint of the actual task from this knowledge area. That means it's customized for a specific task. Stakeholder, for example, see here that stakeholder is explained the BABOK acquired as a group or individual with a relationship to the change, the need, or the solution in the core concept model. Once transferred to our knowledge area, it gets a similar but more fitter definition. Work closely with key stakeholders to maintain understanding, agreement, and approval of requirements and designs. You can see these fine adjustments in matching the core meaning with the purpose of the knowledge area we spoke about in the previous clip. Need. It's also really nicely exposed in the perception of the need as it's defined in the core concept model as a problem or opportunity to be addressed. So watch now how we translate to requirements lifecycle management core concept model. Trace, prioritize, and maintain requirements to ensure that the need is met. This might seem a bit hard to comprehend in the beginning and also might give you a feeling of discomfort because you can't think of a situation where and how to apply the model, isn't it? But as we progress and you adopt the bits of the knowledge area, plus see how our team at XYZ uses the task, elements, techniques to solve the assignments, you will find the balance and see the applicability in action. So there are certifications available on demand in the market. You can find a number of certificates being demanded. And project we will demonstrate will be along with the description of the project, system requirements, project execution, the prepare for the unexpected. We will plan for more than just a day. Additional course resources we will provide you the documentations, the useful references, some scenarios that you can take it as, and some discussions, sample resumes, resume preparation guidance, questionnaire. Any doubts regarding the subject which I have discussed here, you can ask me anytime. Do not hesitate to mail me or ask me regarding that. Any questions regarding the course timing, resource allocation can be discussed. So thank you so much for your day. If you have any questions, just let me know. I can answer you right away, or if I won't be able to, I will right away mail you. And at any point of the day, if you run across any issues or scenarios where you find this can be related or you think this needs to be discussed, you can mail me. So always remember, for successful requirement gathering or to be a successful BA, practice. Practice is the only key thing which will make us perfect.